Hi viewers, welcome to Oracle Data Integrator 11G video tutorials. ETL versus ELT. After completing this module, you should be able to understand what is ETL, what is ELT, ETL versus ELT. Let us consider this scenario. Mr. Guru is working for a software company. His manager asks him to learn ODI quickly to work for a data warehouse project. He starts understanding the ELT concepts before start learning ODI. So this is our source system. This is our ETL server, and this is our target warehouse server. Basically, source system is heterogeneous source system. You have different types of sources like flat files, XML files, Oracle source or Teradata source or any other RDBMS source, and you have middle tier engine, that is ETL server, and you have your target warehouse server where it has all your target tables, dimensions and facts. Basically, you extract information from the source systems, you transform it on middle tier server, and finally you load into warehouse server. This is called ETL approach, extract, transform, load approach, to build a data warehouse. In ETL, all the data transformations are performed entirely by the proprietary ETL engine. Basically, this ETL engine will be on a dedicated server, so you need to have a dedicated hardware to install this ETL engine. Basically, ETL tools always operate on row by row basis, so that it performs data transformations on a row by row base, and hence it can become the overall process bottleneck. So there will be two-phase data loading approach followed by ETL. Data must be moved over the network twice. Once between the sources and the ETL server. This is basically first phase of data load, and again between the ETL server and the target warehouse server. Sometimes data must be moved more than twice also, that we will see in the next slide. If one wants to ensure referential integrity by comparing data flow references against values from the target data warehouse, the referenced data must be downloaded from the target to the middle tier engine, thus further increasing network traffic, downloaded time, and leading to additional performance issues. So for example, you have two tables called EMP and employee table and department table on your target warehouse server. Basically, there is a referential integrity constraints enforced between employee table and department table. Employee department number from employee table should exist in the department number. So basically, every employee record you insert into the target employee table, first you need to check whether department number of that employee is existing in the department table or not. So in order to do these lookups from ETL server onto the target DAPT table, which is on the target warehouse server, your ETL server cannot directly look up onto the target warehouse server, because they are different servers. Unless you have some way like DB links, you can't directly write a query to select the data which is in the target warehouse server. So in this case, ETL tools basically operate in a different way. Like first, it will download the entire lookup table. In our case, the lookup table is department table. So it will be completely downloaded from the target warehouse server onto the middle tier server. So once it is available on the middle tier server in the memory, so the ETL server will easily compare whether the newly added employee record having the department number is existing in the downloaded data which is in the memory of ETL server. If department number of employee table existing on this memory downloaded data from the target, then it will send the employee record for insert to the target. Otherwise it will reject the record into some bad file. So but if you observe, there will be multiple loading phases. For example, you want to compare the employee record which is on ETL server with your target department table department number. The department table is downloading from the target to the ETL server, and that is also in a row by row base, like record by record base. So thus it leads to additional performance issues like IO issues, network traffic, and also it increases the download time. So because of all these issues like additional hardware cost, and you have needed to have a ETL engine on a dedicated server, and also you have multiple loading phases, in order to overcome all these disadvantages, nowadays people started moving from ETL approach to ELT approach, where you don't have to have a dedicated server for ETL transformations. So let's talk about ELT approach to build the data warehouse. So in ELT approach, there is no need of middle tier server, so the data transformations are entirely taken care by your target warehouse server. The reason is, nowadays your target warehouse OLAP servers like Oracle, Sybase, Teradata, they are capable of handling multiple transformations and large data sets, which really having a big data like 40 million records or more than that. Like they are capable of handling big volumes, and they are capable of handling multiple transformations simultaneously. So you don't really need to have a ETL server in ELT approach. So basically you extract the sources information from the source system and directly move the data to the target warehouse. Then you transform, then finally you integrate with your warehouse server. This approach is called ELT approach to build a data warehouse. So I am just reading this slide. Extract the data from the sources, load the data into the destination server, and then transform. ELT, extract, load, transform, and then transform the data onto the target RDBMS using native SQL operators. So ODI as a ELT tool, it always generates the code in the form of native SQL operators. So as I already explained you in the previous slide, there is no need for a middle tier engine or server, because all the transformations are directly taken care by your target warehouse engine. It basically leverages existing developer skills with target RDBMS engines, because it always generates SQL operators. So the code will be very powerful because it's a native code, and you also leverages server hardware to the greatest extent possible, because all transformations are taken care by server itself. So in this session we have learned what is ETL, what is ELT, and also the differences between ETL and ELT approaches to build data warehouses. Thank you.